Everybody, it's Kelly. It's Christmas night and I'm done with my celebrations and I've watched the When Calls a Heart special on the Hallmark Channel. So it's time to sit down and do my page for today. And for today, I have 4 photos. I started my morning this morning with a run on Christmas morning, and despite the fact that they were predicting a dusting, we actually got about an inch of snow, which made it really slippery. I don't live right in the main part of town where I live, so it was really bad out there. So I drove into our downtown to run, and there were very few sidewalks, this being one of them that was actually shoveled, because of course people are enjoying Christmas, right? And then even the streets themselves, other than the main street, still were pretty snow covered. So I ran really kind of down our main street, not in the middle of it, but on the outside of the parking lane. So anyway, so that's part of the story for today. So there I'm in my headband. It was warm and beautiful, which is what this was about. At 9 o'clock, it was 31 degrees out, and it said calm, so like no wind. I just kept thinking about all is calm, all is bright. And then I have 2 other photographs here. One is the cookie plate and candy plates that I took to my sister's for our celebration today. And the other thing is the screensaver that I've had on my phone all Christmas. And I thought I would take a shot of that today just to remind myself, because it makes me happy every time I see it. And I just thought today might be a good day to do that. I didn't take photos of my family celebration today. It was just my mom and I and my sister and brother-in-law. We did have a really nice dinner, but we just kind of hung out together. My main family celebration is going to be next week, actually, when my 2 nephews are home. So I have 2 4x6 pockets, and then I have 2 3x4s and 1 4x6 pocket. As you can tell, though, I have 4 3x4 photos. So what my idea is to take one of these pockets and just put the photos kind of side by side here, and I'll probably have to do it on a piece of paper. I don't know. They might actually fit on this. It looks like there's going to be a little bit of play no matter what I do, so I'll probably just put a piece of paper on the back of something here. It's too bad this wasn't a good pattern to do that. And then I'm thinking that I'll do the other 2 photos here, and maybe what I'll do is do it here and here. Now, I did tell you guys yesterday that I had, and I could, now that I think about it, like I could shift this down here and just put it on a piece of pattern paper. And the more I think about that, the more I think I might do that. And then this, I want to use this 25 today, obviously, because it is 25, right? I also have this little Santa guy, but really we didn't exchange presents. So I want to use this year. I really do. But I know what I'm going to do for tomorrow. I have a possibility of using this tomorrow, which honestly I'll probably do tonight, and I'll talk about that when I do the page for tomorrow. And then I have this Merry Christmas acrylic as well that I originally was thinking that maybe I would use on this layout. But the more I think about it, the more I think 2 acrylics right across from each other might be a lot. And I'm thinking I might just want to do something more simple. Now, I could do a 4x6 card or something patterned here, and then do a 3x4 card down here. That's an option as well. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to grab a couple of some 3x4 cards here. So like right away, this one that says treasuring these holiday moments is a good one. And then I could use this card with this photo right here. Now I've got all that purple going on over here, which is not ideal. I think it needs to stay on the side it is on. And then again, I may decide I really don't like it at all. And like I could use this Celebrate card, but it's cream and there's so much here that's not. This would be a good place if you're doing this to use a card like this. It doesn't work very well with what I'm thinking about doing here, but to use a card like this that's more like a filler card. This one says hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near, so that would be a nice one to be able to do something like that. The one thing that I'm not loving is there's not a lot of color in this, although I can get color here, here, and here yet. So this is an option as well. And then I do just have my December card here too. So I could, you know, pop this up here and then, you know, go back and journal on top of that. Or I could do something like this, although that's kind of boring because it's gray and white. So not a lot of color on this side of the page then. So I don't really like that option, but that was a thought that I could do that. Now this also might work for my tomorrow. So I'm going to pop that up in front of me, especially if I happen to use that. I could do something like this that gives, you know, kind of little snapshots, because I have 3 kind of areas. And then if I do that, I think this might be kind of a nice thing to do, although this is a lot. All that stuff. Okay, so as I'm looking at this, I really think that this is my favorite option of all the options I have. So I think that's what I'm going to do for all my cards here. So then I'm going to want to come back and I'm going to want something under here, here, and here. The question is, do I want to use one of my 3x4 cards? Because, you know, I could take one of these cards like this, obviously, and put that 25 on top of it. I think that's too busy, however. So let's look and see what we have here. I also think I'd want something a little bit, maybe it doesn't have to be dark, but maybe a little bit darker. Let's see, there's cream, warm and cozy. Then if I do this, what I think I would do is flip that maybe? Nope. I just thought the wood and wood was a lot. I think depending what I put in that background, that could take care of that issue. Right now, not finding. Here's another warm and cozy card. I have this one, which is red. And I guess warm and cozy when I'm running outside may not be ideal. So I could put some letter stickers or some sort of sticker underneath that. Thinking about that. And I don't know if you noticed this, I just did it. I have to remember to tell you why I'm doing these things. I had it sitting down here at first. I don't like the fact that the white is showing between the 5. I think it makes it a little hard to see. So I just moved this up so that the white is kind of, the 5 is overlapping both. It's just a little bit better looking. I know one of you said, I see your messages. I'm notified anytime somebody comments on a video, but right now I've got so much craziness going on that I don't necessarily have time to be replying to all of them, although I will, guys, at some point. There's a holly one here, but I think that would compete with the Christmas trees. So far I think that 25, unless I just decide to do some pattern paper, which I could do that too. There's that one, but I like the fact that that is red and bright. It calls your attention to it right away. I just found this other card that says Santa, I Know Him, and that is a little bit fitting for my story. Okay, so now my other thought is that I could do this one over here. And the reason I'm thinking I could do that is because I'm wearing that blue. I do right now really like the red better, but let's see what I find for this Mary there. So that may determine. I also could use this green too. Let's see what I think about that. I don't love that because there's so much white in this pattern. I think it made the 25 much harder to read. There's a red here, but I really like that solid red. Okay. All right, so I think I have a good start on what I'm going to do here. Either this one or this one, depending on what I find for this. What I'm going to do is, since I know I'm going to do this card like this, I'm going to just glue that right down. Now, I'm also kind of keeping in mind that I do have that those other two photos on the other page that need to be affixed down. So I'm thinking what I might do here is whatever I use under that, I'll use under this as well, as long as it doesn't conflict with this piece. And that purpley piece there's sort of the outlier in all of this. I could trim these photos just a little bit more, probably this one more than that one, but I could do that so that I get a little more space around them. That is also in the back of my mind as I start looking for papers to use here. So let's just grab the things that I know I have so far and could use. Sometimes, by the way, as I get to the end of these, what I will do is, for instance, this isn't really big enough to do a 3x4 card here. So what I might do is I might take a strip of something else and add that in. Now, I wouldn't do this because of that one, but I have done that many times before. So just so you know, look at your scraps. You can always sort of use those as well as you're getting to this point. If you don't have a lot left, or if you're starting to get more limited in what you have left. I have that nice star. That certainly could go under here. I think that competes, though, with the tree. I have this green here, and that's not bad, which means it also might not be good too, right? That one I'd probably need another, I need another piece to do that under there, which I think I have another, I do have another piece of that. The one thing that I'm not loving about that is it's cream based compared to the white base of that. So I think that's going to be out. Just kind of looking at scraps. I guess this could be okay if I sort of married it back to those two things together. Here's our lovely green star, which I definitely would trim it if I was going to trim these if I was going to use that, because you really don't see a lot of that here. And I would be able to use this up here. And I very much like that on that. for sure. So let's grab a card, and I'll use my trick that you guys have seen me use a bunch of times in this process. And this is for the back side, so I don't have a card to put this up against yet. So I'm just going to use one that I have already. So tomorrow, which by the time you see this video, it will already be past, but tomorrow I have a 13-hour work day. Yowza. That's what happens when you're a massage therapist and you take 2 days off in a week and you can't get clients in. You work like a crazy person the next day, and that's what's going to happen. So, okay, I definitely like this 25 on that red card. So let's get that on there because, oh, except it's not going on the red card, is it, guys? It's going on the, remember, I don't put those big acrylics in pockets. I put them on top of the pocket so that the card itself doesn't slide out. So I'm just going to make sure that that looks good on there. And then I was going to say, I was going to take it back out to put the, if I put something on, some sort of sentiment on there, and I might. We'll see. We'll see. Not sure how I feel about this on here. I wonder, I have a blue scrap wide enough if I could make this work over here. If I just trimmed it a little bit. It has to, actually has to go the whole, it has to be the size of the whole card, otherwise it doesn't work. So that was a good idea, but not going to work. So back to the drawing board here. I'm thinking I need like strong red over there to balance off the strong red on that page there. That's what's kind of in my mind. So let's see if I like this. And I might go, let's see. Okay, what I'm going to do is take this card out of here. So I kind of know how much I have to cover here. No, can I? Yeah, this one has to go the whole length. I do like that paper a lot, though. I think I used it up. I don't think I have any strong reds like that left. So I am going to go grab from my stash of red papers because it just, I just can feel it, guys. I do have the red heart 6x8 paper left, but that is going to go on a layout. Here, I'll show you. So I still have this paper left, but this is my great nephew and he's reading 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. So I'm going, and I love this, that he's, you know, interested in the book already. He's obviously not reading it, but it was so cute. So I want to use this behind that, and I have some reading embellishment. So when I finally get to sit down and scrapbook again, I had planned to do it today, but it didn't work. I will use that paper. Okay, so, all right, so that is a pretty good red. This is just a scrap here. Ooh, and it will fit. So I'm going to glue this Bella Boulevard piece, which is pretty close. It's close enough. Right to this. It's from the Merry Christmas collection, which was, I think it was this year that they did this collection. The sad part is, well, I shouldn't say that. Bella Boulevard is going to be creating, Stephanie is still going to be designing scrapbook supplies. but they've partnered with Doodlebug. So it's going to be a little bit different, although I think if two companies are going to partner together, those two are pretty good. And I'm so excited that she didn't like sell out to American Crafts. So she's going to keep designing. She's a, oh darn it, I just cut into that fa la 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 paper. I think it'll be okay. Yikes. Yeah, I think it'll be in the page protector and it's going to be okay. I don't have another piece of this paper, so it's going to be what it is. Okay. Be careful, guys. Anyway, so she's going to design products, but she won't be... The company itself is not going to exist like it did before. What I'm going to do is come back in with my fine line bottle here and glue these two pieces together right here because they're so fine. I think once this is in the page protector, it will be okay. You might see that. And I could take, you know, kind of, actually I was going to say I could kind of take care of that by putting some washi on it. But really, if I just trim, I could cover this now with the photos basically, because here's how the photos will sit. But I really think I want to see a little bit more of that. Sorry guys, I had to take a drink there. So I'm going to trim this a little bit. So I'm trimming to 3 3/4 on both of these pictures here. Or not 3 3/4, 3 7/8, I think. Yes. And I could trim just a little bit from the sides here. Let me see what happens here. If I like that. Yeah, I think that looks good. And really it's my book, so I'm the only one that matters. Okay, I need to go to bed. I actually am going to need to go to bed. I have to get up at 5:30 in the morning, which is not my favorite time, but it is the time I get up to exercise and or go to work when I have to work really early. And I just thought of something. I have that big 25 there, so I don't need to put a number on here because I already have the number on there, don't I? I was doing that to indicate that it's the 25th, but of like Christmas, you know, that kind of a thing. Okay, yes, I am brilliant. People put their lives in my hands every day. Oh my goodness. Anyway, okay, so there we go. There is the basic structure of the page. I have the white acrylics here, the white acrylic there. I have this one here. I'm really liking how it looks. So now I want to go to stickers. Oh, and I have some Santas. I have hearts and stockings and candy canes. So I do have some labels, like if I wanted to put a label there, like something about treats, or, you know, this little heart one would be kind of cute. This green, just this plain green one would be cute to pull in the green. But let's see what I have for embellishments that I might want to do. Now, I was hoping I had some sort of puffy sticker that I could use under there, but it, well, let's see. I have 'Tis the Season in gray. Certainly could use that here, right? I think we're going to do that just because it uses up another thing from this older sheet, and I want to get these taken care of, you know, and get them used up. So let's use that on there. Then there's one up here that says winter has arrived. There's one here that says traditions. That might be good if I had something underneath. Now here's one that says bundle up and keep warm. Let's see, here's one that says ho ho ho. And I think that will be cute underneath my screensaver on my phone. That, by the way, is a Kathy Zilski screensaver. And I think she offered it for free on her blog this year. So if you're looking for it, there's a red version and a green version. I have both of them. I just happen to have this one on my phone. Okay, so I'm thinking Christmas cocktails are cute, but we did not have cocktails like this at all. So I don't think I'll do that. Let's see. I'm just going to put the tip back in here so that I don't have a problem. I like that bundle up and keep cozy, but the problem is that the thing I don't like about that is that it would be really black, and there's no other black on this layout, so I think no to that. There's this Joy. I don't know that, I mean, I definitely did have Joy, but I don't know that it was doing this. It was actually hard to run because it was pretty slippery, and I'm a massage therapist, so I do not want to fall and break my arm. So if we take this label, and we kind of tuck it up under here, like this. And I think I've talked about this with you guys about how much I love the word joy. It was my word for 2016, and I still love it. Okay, that celebrate is cute. I think that's muddying up that over there, though. I have presents here, but we didn't really open presents together today because that's going to come. Not loving this Joy found here either. I think because it's so square. I do, however, like it right there. So I think we'll do that there. See, there is this favorite time of year sticker, and this is my favorite time of year. So that would be appropriate. The thing about this is it's ending right about the same place that the end of that is, and I don't like it when it does that. It's a little too even for my personal taste. So I'm going to see if I can get this sticker back up off of here. And I either have to move it out or in. And the paper's coming up a little, but I think it's still okay. I should do is get this down and then kind of put the label on around it. So that's what I'm going to do. And then maybe I'll stand Santa on that label or something. We'll see. I'd like to get Santa on here somewhere because it is Christmas Day. I did this really cute thing that I've done for the past couple of years. So there's an app called, or website called Portable North Pole, and you can customize a call from Santa to your child, or in my case, grandchildren. And they listened to them yesterday, their call from Santa, and they were thrilled. Especially my 5-year-old grandson really, really loved it. My 2-year-old grandson is really sick right now. They ended up taking him to urgent care, I believe, today. They were going to do that. I haven't heard how he's doing. I have to text Mama and Daddy to see. I think they have their hands full at the moment, but they think that 2 out of the 3 kids have ear infections. Yay for Christmas, right? Anyway, so I felt bad for them, but even the 2-year-old thought it was okay. Just because it was Santa. So here's another one that says Christmas Magic that I could kind of throw on here. But I've got that same problem, so I'd have to move that again. Let me see. I think no is the answer to that. I don't want to move it again. So Santa has a cookie here. And then here's a little gingerbread cookie that could stand with Santa. Or I could do an elf. Let's see. This would have been the good place to use those wood gingerbread men too, wouldn't it have? But didn't think about that. So I think I'll add a little gingerbread man puffy sticker right next to that ho ho ho. And I am actually putting some of these puffy stickers on the outside and some on the inside. That's okay. Let's see how that looks if I do it like that. I think this one might be better if I didn't, but guess what? I think it's stuck to the photo. And I think it might damage the photo if I take it off, but I'm going to try to do it anyway. Let's see. I just think it would be better to have some of this outside since that's outside. The Joy found here, it would probably be good if that was outside as well, but we'll see. Yeah, I like that, him outside. Just a little bit more. Okay, he's good. These guys, though, I might like inside just because they're like sitting on that label. So I think I'm going to leave those two the way they are. This I can journal, so I don't really think I need to add anything, except I think I actually will add something. I'm going to put that little puffy sticker up there. And here the question is, now you know I'm going to do this and then I'll forget to journal around, to journal around it. And I really like the way that looks outside the pocket. So we're going to do that with those. And the question is, okay, so this needs to be trimmed. Right now it's even. Oh, and remember I put this wood piece on so that it didn't slide. So I think what I'm going to do in this particular case is I'm not going to trim the card underneath or the paper underneath. I'm going to situate it so that there's an equal white border sticking out on either side of this card. Because yesterday I lined this up and I don't want to wreck that. Okay, so that's that. Now I still have my picture of me running in the downtown. I'm going to pop this back in here because then I can put some sort of maybe that I actually kind of like there. Let's see, stronger with it, stronger without it. So this is just Tuesday, December 25th. I keep hashtagging photos like this when I post that stuff to Facebook with Combat the Cookies. So, but trust me, I haven't run enough to combat nearly any of the cookies that I've eaten. And by the way, just in case you're going to try, you know, in case you're thinking about friending me on Facebook, my Facebook page is really for friends and family in general. I don't post anything for scrapbooking there. You know, it just, it's more personal stuff there, I guess, would be the... Now, I'm liking this guy, but now that I have all this other holly everywhere else, I'm thinking I need holly here. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so actually that worked out great. I like the way that looks, guys, so I am going to journal on here, and then I will be done with day number 25. Hope you guys are all well, and I'll be back with another layout again soon. Well, I'll be back with another page tomorrow. I forgot what I was doing. All right, bye, everybody.